So I'm Neve McGuinness-Dyce, I'm 22 years old. I'm from Nottingham and I'm a professional dancer, performer.
Welcome to Studio Sessions, a video series for creative performers. Each week we go behind the scenes on the shoots and sit down with guests to discuss their careers, the creative industry, and share the lessons they've learned along the way. Welcome to the show.
Hiya, it's good to be here.
How's your day been today?
It's been really, really well. Yeah, literally like a tough week, like our first 8 show week at the theatre. So it's really, really nice to finally have this day off.
Have a bit of
and
a break.
the family actually get to meet you as well. And yeah, no, it's been really, really fun.
Brilliant. So professional dancer performer, is that something you've always been into, always wanted to do?
Yeah, so it's kind of like one of them where I did not choose a dance life, the dance life chose me. So it's kind of like it runs in the family. So my mum was like, oh, I don't know about that. But my grandma was like, I think she should start. And I started dancing since the age of 2. And normally like when you grow up, like especially kids that start at a really, really young age, it's either like they finish, like they don't want to do it anymore because they get bored and then they're interested in other hobbies, or like you just carry on. And I just carried on. And it was kind of one of them where it's like I wanted to go to uni or like study like English, so it's kind of like torn between them. So I did like a year of 6th form at school, and then I was like, I actually still want to dance. So it's kind of like it's either dance. I mean, I've got my plan B, but I feel like the fundamental was I always wanted to dance because I kind of grew up and I always loved it anyway.
And moving on to the first look from today, what was that and what made you bring that?
I always loved double denim. I think even though it's a very, very like basic look, it just speaks volumes in a way. Like I do love double denim. I am like a hardcore double denim girl. So even like walking into double denim thinking that actually this is not me, it is me. And that's what I kind of wear on my day-to-day basis.
I feel like it's really nice the fact that you would actually wear double denim in real life, because I feel like
I love it. With a Timberland boot as well. Oh, I live by it.
Going back to kind of finishing college, what was your kind of considerations when putting a portfolio together and kind of what worked well for you?
I think kind of just knowing, like, I think especially not going for the norm, like looking at other people and going for what they like, oh, that looks really, really cool, let me try it, but it actually does not suit me. I could find like inspiration from other people. I say more is like looking at people as inspiration rather than comparing yourself to them, because you'd rather go in something that you're comfortable in rather than going in something that you think looks cool but actually it does not look great and does not compliment you at all.
And how did you find your style and kind of like yourself?
I think, to be fair, my mum is very, very stylish. My mum, for me, like my inspiration is my mum, where she does not care. She goes out in whatever she wants. Like she has no regrets or nothing. I'm that kind of person where still I wear the craziest of things. I know it's crazy, but it's independent. It's very, very out there. But there's some people that I'm friends are like, what are you wearing? And I'm like, I love it. I think it's just, I don't really think anymore. I just do what I feel comfortable in and just know what looks good or what I feel good in. I think that's what matters.
And have you always felt like that?
Yeah, I think especially like just struggling at school and like just kind of being different. Like I know we spoke earlier about having curly hair and freckles. Like no one else in the school kind of had that where I like grew up. So I hated it. But then as I grew up and the more realization that I got, the recognition was because of my freckles and my hair, I decided to own that craft. And it's like with style and stuff and just your quirkiness or your weirdness or like how you look and stuff, just own that. If there's something that you have that is castable and it's something that you have that people love, like own that. Like I would not be here today if I did not carry on like having the confidence and not listening to people what they have to say.
On to the second look from today. What was that and what made you bring that?
So it was kind of like, I do love a trench, but then I do thought that it was kind of like, I know like it's stripped back, but this one is like a look. I think with a trench coat and stuff, like you can do so much with it. It's like putting it over your shoulder, like having it hang off, like draping it on the floor. There was so much you can do with it as well. And I think like the patterning of the stripy white and black top, that was like another dimension. And then a skirt is cute and girly because I do like wearing a skirt every now and then. I am like a trouser baggy jean type girl, but then also I can kind of wear a skirt. So like my variety is quite different. I don't have a specific style. I just like to try and error new things. Like it's like a wide range of things. But like the hat, like I just thought it was like a cute accessory, most definitely. So yeah, I just thought it was like really, really fun, and it was like a really, really fun shoot with that look.
Yeah. So what does it look like graduating? What does the industry look like compared to what you expected it to be before you came out?
It's very, very different in a way, because you think that the teachers that give you at college are all the tools that you need, but there's some things that don't tell you for a reason. I feel like it was very used to like feeling like a safe space and feeling accepted. You felt really, really safe when you were in college and you had people that you need. Stepping in the industry, you don't have the people that you need anymore. Every person is different. So there could be someone that would say you would walk in, like a certain song that you'd have, like a really, really classical song. But nowadays, they don't really ask for a legit song anymore. They always ask for like a song. They would say that you need all these songs to like sing in when you walk into an audition, whereas people actually only need like 3 songs. I walked in with 50 different songs in my rep. Now I have 3 solid songs that I'm confident in, and I know like I would get in as well.
And what style songs are they?
They're kind of like a pop, musical theatre, and a ballad. Like that's all that matters. If you got a character, and if you got a current, and if you got like an old school like 80s, 90s, like 80s, 60s, then that's all you kind of need. There's some songs where like I've had to kind of change like a pop song into like, so I walked into Hamilton and I sang Dancing on My Own by Callum Scott. That's a very, very pop song, but it's also very, very Hamilton-esque because it's about dancing on your own. Because like taking a role of another person where like she sees another person that she's in love with but they're with someone else. Like there's a character in that that does exactly like that. So it's kind of like mixing, like it's very, very easy. Like songs are very malleable to kind of be in the style of like different musicals and stuff. But with the dance industry and stuff as well, it's like walking into an audition, like they kind of, you don't realise once you step into the industry that every no is one step closer to a yes. I think you're not built for that kind of rejection until you actually walk in, you're like, oh, like you think you're strong when you walk into an audition, but until you get that rejection, you're like, oh, like, is there a reason why I'm like that? Like, have they done it based on my talent and stuff like that? But over time, you do realise that it's not just about your talent. It's about whether you're in the right cast and the right fit with other people. Because you can't be, like, standing out in comparison to everyone else. You have to fit the casting. You have to fit the role. Like, if they wanted, like, an absolute... if they wanted a tall girl and if it was, like, 5'6" above, then okay. Me being 5'4", there's no way. Do you know what I mean? So it's not even, like, based on how you look and how you dance. It's based on like height. It's based on like, like if they like certain look that they want to have. It's just, it can also be on that and not just like talent.
And how do you deal with the no's?
Normally when you walk into an audition, it's really, really hard, but you just walk out and just forget about it. Just carry on about your day. I think with me, I'm a massive overthinker. So I like doing other stuff, like I like going to the gym or I like reading. I feel like, especially when I first like left out of college, it was kind of, I really wasn't working until like around like in my 2 years like in auditioning. That's when I started like having a job at home. So like auditions and stuff, it really didn't matter to me because I would still have income coming in and like I'd be working with great people. So regardless of the outcome of the audition, it would be really, really nice to be in something right now, but I'm really, really content with life. And it got to a point where I even like had to think of a plan B myself because I was like, this year is really, really quiet. I might as well have like a plan B. And last year I'm a qualified nail tech. So like I actually did like a nails course. So it was actually something really, really fun to find other interests in. So like leaving an audition, like the other interests that you have, find them.
Going on to the third look, what was that? What made you bring that?
So I wanted something quite elegant. I think I've seen like, there's a lot of, I think especially like with photography stuff, there's a lot of people that go like quite commercial and stuff, and it's not very likely for people to kind of go for a long dress. So I think it's very, I don't usually see it quite that much anymore, if that makes sense. And I feel like even, it just shows variety. Like I can give like laid back, I can give like quite a commercial look, I can also give a look, but then I can also give elegance. And I think that's just another thing just to like add in the portfolio, that I'm just malleable in all different styles rather than just like one look. You want to kind of be like versatile and show that you can have all these things. Like castings and stuff like that, they do love versatility. I think especially like if you want your fingers in all of the pies and like in each and everything, then definitely have a portfolio that's definitely versatile. So that's what I'm kind of like building on as well. So I feel like the dress, and I was like kind of thinking like, I don't know like if this is going to look like okay, but the photos coming back, they actually look really, really beautiful.
I feel like they're my favourite.
Yeah, no, they're really, really beautiful.
So what was your first job kind of coming out of uni then?
So I did Starlight Express. So I literally, so I auditioned for, I'll say around like 3 months. So when I graduated college, I was like, you know what, let me just like stay in London, because London is always a place to be. Back in my hometown, it's like nowhere.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, there's like a few things, but like the place to be is London or Manchester. Even in any normal job, like it's London. So like I stayed there, and then I was auditioning for 3 months. Then luckily I got Starlight in Germany, and that was like a great experience. And it was kind of like the right place at the right time. Everyone's journey is completely different. There's some people that I'm very, very lucky to literally step into a job straight after I graduate, because there's some people that are still have been waiting for like a year, and then they finally get something. So it's kind of like I'm very, very lucky to like explore that industry like really, really early on. Everyone's journey is completely different. It's just being at the right place at the right time. Like even speaking to the casting directors, they wanted someone young, they wanted someone fresh out of college, and they wanted someone my cast type. So I was at the right place at the right time in that moment. And
what did it feel like being part of a production that kind of size? Like what did you learn through doing that?
I think especially with it's very, very different, because you're thinking like, like it's weird because graduating from college, I was in like a quite immature mindset where it's like you'd have fun in class, but actually this is work, this is a job. I think walking in, like it's like you think it's like, especially being young and stuff, like it was fun, but then it's also like this is your job, this is your career. Don't take it too seriously to an extent where like it's not like the end of the world, anymore, like you're not enjoying it, but it is your job. So you kind of have to have what they're expecting. If they want you to do this, you be on there. Like if they want you to act, like if they want you to move a certain way, you move that certain way. You're kind of the product of what, well, not objectifying, but you are kind of the product of what they're wanting. They see something in you that they want. So it's kind of like whatever they ask of you, like you kind of like go like the further and beyond to kind of reach their expectations, if like what they're looking for. So it's like, especially at college, everyone is like different. So like college, they kind of gave you the tools, but like especially being in a job like a really, really young age, it was kind of like, right, okay, I did like mess around in college, but now like I'm actually in a job, like this is your time to focus. So yeah, it's just kind of, and it was really, really nice that you had like people in the industry that have been in there for a long time to actually like help you and guide you, because there was a few things that I did not even expect. Think in terms of what they expect in like in a rehearsal and stuff. Even now, like with the job that I'm doing, I did not even know like what a track was, or like they had numbers on stage. I did not know what that was.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, and that's what they didn't teach you in college, like being on a stage, you have things moving in and out, so you had to like be aware of that. You had like numbers, so you have to be on this number, on this like depth of the stage. They never taught you that in college. So it's like something that I was like a bit, like I actually didn't get taught this, but it was really, really nice for people to actually help me that have been in the industry for so long.
Did you feel okay with asking questions?
Yeah, I think it was like definitely a safe space. I think especially with, it's so scary like meeting the choreographers and like the directors and stuff, but they're actually people. I think you do forget that. You do think because they're such on like the high end, you're like, I'm really, really scared to actually ask this question. But if you ask this question, then like it will help you in so many ways, because you don't want to be doing something thinking that it's the right thing when actually you're unsure.
Yeah, so what is it you're working on at the moment?
So I'm currently on the Great Gatsby on the West End, and it's my West End debut as well. So it's been really, really like phenomenal. It's been really fun.
And what's the kind of process look like in terms of the rehearsals and the kind of building of that show?
I think especially like in comparison to Starlight you kind of had like 4 months, whereas this, it's a very much shorter period of time with the rehearsals. We had altogether around like 4 weeks, then literally had a week of tech, Whereas in Starlight, you literally had around like 2 weeks of tech. Because you're on roller skates, so it's completely different. So it's kind of jumping from something where you had a lot of time on and to something that you don't really have time on. You have to be like on. It's been really like, it's been a long time since I've like been training for that long, especially on your feet, like ever since college. So it's kind of like training yourself back to that. So it was really, really hard to kind of get back into that routine. I think especially with health and eating as well, because it's really, really hard because you'd finish really, 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 really late in the evening, especially when it's a tech, and then you just eat junk food because that's the closest thing near you. So it's kind of like the meal preps and stuff like that. It's kind of getting back onto that. It's been a long time since I've been that, but since I've done that, so it was kind of getting back into that. And it was a struggle for the first 2 weeks, but it wasn't just me, it was like everyone else. So it's really, really nice that everyone felt like the same thing. Even people that have like worked in the industry, they still find the rehearsal period hard because it's a different level of draining when you have to like be like on your game all the time, have your head switch on.
Like mental drain and physical drain. Because like, I sometimes get that where I get home after like a really long day here and I'm not physically tired, but mentally it's just like I've just run out of headspace.
Yeah, I just ran out of headspace. Like even like when I did one audition, I'd be so tired.
Because you've been thinking about it so much. Because you've been thinking,
you have to like know the routine. Like, so even like in a rehearsal period, it was quite scary for me because I was like, I've actually got this amount of time to actually learn stuff. So I'm like, what, like this is really, really stressful. But then they were really, really calm and stuff like that because they knew that you have it. And it's like every like now and then when you'd have like a brain fart, like everyone had a breakdown. It was expected. Even like when they even said at the start, like there will be a point where your body will break down. It's not normal what we're doing. Like dancing every day, it's not normal. So it's like your body obviously screams for rest. And it's not normal what we're doing every day. So it's kind of like you have to like weirdly train it. But even training it, your body can't do like, your body can only do so much before it breaks down. You can see the best dancer in the world and their body still breaks down. You can see someone training for like, you can see someone working for like how many years, their body still breaks down. So it's just like normal. So it's like normal to be expected of the breakdowns and stuff. And that was like one thing that I was worrying because I'm like, there's only so much information that you can take, but it's actually reassuring that they know that.
I think that's a really good sign. And how does it feel working with people who have been in the industry for such a long time?
I think it's brilliant. I think especially with the people that I did not expect to be in a room with, so much can change. And if like years and years ago where I was in like a really, really bad place where I was like, you know what, I don't know if this is right for me anymore. If that person then looked at the position I am now, they wouldn't even believe it. Like a year, like so much time goes on, like so much changes. So to even be in a room with people that are like so great, like it's been an absolute privilege. And it's not just me being cheesy, like I'm literally saying this genuinely, like I'm so lucky. And I think especially with people that are so lovely and are so endearing and they're willing to help other people out and they're very reassuring in a way where like, if you need a question, you can come to me. If there's an audition, because there's auditions that I have like done that they've been in. So it's kind of like, what do I actually need to do for this? And they can tell you the tools and stuff. So I'm very, very lucky to be in a room where I can actually speak to people without like on demand, rather than like being I'm actually going to have to figure this out on myself. But because they've been in the industry so like long, they kind of know what works and they know what the directors want and how they work and what they need, especially walking into an audition.
And what would you say is the biggest thing you've learned so far on this job?
Just going for it. Just don't hold back. You are casted for a reason. There has been times where I'm like, are you sure about this? But they've put you there for a reason. They wouldn't put you there if they didn't believe you could do it. It's really, really intense, but they know that you can handle the intensity. And you've been put in this place for a reason, so own your craft. Like, and do not hold back. That's one thing they say, do not hold back. Even some stuff that makes you cringe. Like even now, like I'd rather walk into an audition knowing that I've done well rather than like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. I used to do that all the time, whereas now it's like, just go for it. Sometimes my auditions, I'm literally like, I don't know what I've done. Like, that is a blur. I've literally icked myself out. Like, I feel sick. Like, sometimes my answer would be like, how was your audition? I'm like, don't want to talk about it. But I did what they wanted me to do, but I was like, oh, no, I did not like it. Like, for myself, because it's out of the norm of what I usually do. Step out your comfort zone. Go, like, just go above and beyond on what you normally do. People like versatility now. People like, people like the quirkiness, the weirdiness. Like, if you're in a job, you're casted for that reason. So if it's something out of the norm, then that is okay. But go above and beyond. Don't do, like, they don't want someone that just sits back and does a thing all the time. They want people to, like, try new things, try new stuff. Just don't be basic. Not be basic, but just don't sit back. Like, always just go for it.
Boom. Thank you so much. This has been really
thank
fun.
you.
Yay!
Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this episode, please share it. If you want to see more of these, click subscribe. And if you've got any questions or anything you want to ask, just drop them in the comments below. See you in the next session.